Hi, my name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today I'm going to be testing out the Covergirl Ascension eyeshadow palette. Looks like this, and it was gifted to me by a friend for Christmas. She also gifted me the rain one, and I don't know what video is coming up first, but spoiler alert, I liked how it applied, but it didn't wear that well, so I'm hoping that this one will wear better. I'm starting with my dollar store brush and the shade Bliss. I'm going to use that as a setting shade. I'm going to set my eyeshadow primer from crease to brow bone. And I do have both eyes primed because testing out the other palette with no primer did not wear well at all. So I'm assuming the same thing will happen here. Next, I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and I'm going to go into Committed, which is a dusty mauve shade. And that's going to be my transition. These are very light so far. Just trying to pack that on. I'm going to clean off my brush just to make sure I blend out the edges. Next, I'm taking my IBY crease brush and I'm going into Truffles, which is a cool toned medium brown, and that's going to be my crease shade. Yeah, I feel like if you have a medium or deeper skin tone, I don't know how these are going to wear on you. Like, I don't know if they're gonna show up. Kind of lost the mauve a little bit. I'm going to take that same shade and put it on the outer third of my eye. Then I'm going to take Aura, which is a beautiful lavender. It's not that pigmented though. Let's see. It's not as shimmery as I thought it was going to be. It's more like a true shimmer satin. I'm putting that on the, like, most of my lid. I'm blending it into the brown. And I'm going to leave that little spot open for the silver. Yeah, I wish this shade had more shimmer and shine to it. And a little more pigment too, but the shine I think would have helped more, or one or the other. And then I'm going to take Glass Slipper, which is a pretty bright silver. I'm going to put that on the inner third and blend it into the purple. Ooh, maybe I blended a little too much. I feel like when you pack it on, you do have a decent pigment. I did get a little of the Glass Slipper shade over here, so I made sure to do that on both sides. This is where I'm stopping for today because I have to get to work. But when I used the eyelash curler, I feel like it kind of took some of the shadow off, which isn't good because there wasn't really that much to begin with. So I'll let you know how this wears, but I don't know. Let's see. So that last look did not wear too well, or rather the mattes wore well, but that purple shade was unfortunately disappointing. The lilac, it did not basically stay on during the day. It just kind of wore away to almost nothing. The Glass Slipper shade was better. I'm wondering if glitter glue would help these shadows, or are they just not salvageable? All I did just now was put Bliss as my base shade again to set my eyeshadow primer. Today I do have both eyes primed, and I used my dollar store brush again to do that. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and I'm going to go into Curtsy today, which is a very pale, cool toned beige. I'm going to use that as my transition shade. I feel like that's a very flattering color on my skin tone, my very fair, very cool skin. I don't know if it will show up on medium to deep skin tones though. At least when used in this way. Probably a nice lid shade, but as a transition shade, I don't know. And you just saw me trying to blend out the top a little bit more. I'm going to deepen that up with Truffles with my IBY crease brush. I'm also going to put that shade on the outer and inner thirds of my eye, or rather outer and inner corners. Then I'm going to take Fantasy, which is a very nice like melon color. Looks like it's the same texture as the Aura shade. I don't know. I'm gonna put that going inward on both sides. And of course blend it into the brown. And then I'm going to take Tulle, which is, I want to say a rosy champagne. It's a very light champagne with a little bit of pink to it. And I'm going to put that right in the middle. Almost like a ballet slipper. Oops. Maybe that's why they call it Tulle. And of course, carefully blend it into the other colors. And then I'm going to take my little brush from Wish here, and I'm going to mimic what I have on the lid on the lower lash line. So starting with Truffles on the inner and outer corners of the lower lash line. Then Fantasy. And then Tulle. And then I'm going to take my dollar store brush and take Tulle on the brow bone. And also on my BH Cosmetics brush with the 6 on it in the inner corner. It's very soft, so I just want to take a little with my finger and see if I can brighten it up a little bit. I also wonder what these would be like wet, but we all know I'm too lazy to try it. So I like the colors and how they go together. I used to wear pink and brown together a lot in high school and elementary school, but I just don't have high hopes for the wear. So I'll let you know how that goes next. Alright, so same kind of deal. That pink shade that's like a satin did not wear well. The matte wore fine. And then this shade here, the shimmer, wore okay. So I'm going to try one last thing with the last couple shades in the palette. But you know what? I'm going to take Fantasy with my IBY crease brush. And I'm going to see if that works better as like a matte shade. So I'm going to put that in my crease. Who knows, this might be the way to do it. And by the way, I have both eyes primed because there's like no hope for these kinds of palettes without a primer, at least for me. I'm going to take Fantasy and put it on the outer corner. I don't think it's going to stay, but I'm going to try. Then I'm going to take Loyalty, which is this very sparkly, like champagne. I'm going to put that in the middle of the lid. It's pretty. Blend it into the pink. This does not match my shirt though, and that makes me sad. And then I'm going to take Twirl. Oh, I forgot to set my eyeshadow primer today. Oops. Well, you saw I had no issue. Ooh, so that's like a gold. I'm gonna put that on the inner third and blend it in. That's pretty pigmented. So let's see how that wears. That one doesn't have any sparkles in it. That one's just like a smooth metallic. Okay, so let's see how we do today. And I'll be back with swatches later at the end of the day because I have to run off to work. Alright, so as promised, I'm back at the end of my day. Well, it's not the end of the whole day, but I'm going to take my makeup off now. It's been on for 11 hours, actually. Had a long day at work, so excuse the hair and the what's left of my face makeup from having my mask on all day. But here's what the eyeshadow looks like. I did check on it in the middle of the day, and this one doesn't look too bad. This one here did crease, but this is also the eye that is more hooded than that one. So, and I guess this one held up better than the other palette that I tried. Again, I don't know which video is going up first, but I'm gonna do some swatches. So this is Glass Slipper, Aura, which maybe I would want to try that one in the crease and see if it wears any better. Fantasy, which seems to be a nice crease shade, but as for the lid, not too great. Twirl, which seems to be fine. Loyalty, which some of the sparkles did wear off, which is a shame, but the color is still there, and some of the shimmer. Tool, Queen to Be, Truffles. The mattes were fine. They really were. Committed, Bliss, Admiration, and Curtsy. But again, if you have a skin tone that is darker than mine, I don't know how these are going to wear. I mean, you know, like medium to anything deeper, I guess. I think if you're fair to light, I think you'll be okay. But anything deeper, I'm just not sure. So I did like this better than the Rain palette. I mean, I like these colors better, but I think how they wore, this one here was better. But still not fantastic. That being said, I still appreciate that my friend got these for me. Unfortunately, I couldn't give them a great review, but I appreciate her thinking of me, and I got the opportunity to try them, and hopefully I helped some of you out there make the decision whether or not to get these. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you have a good day no matter what it is you're doing. Bye! See you next time!